Morning, everyone, and welcome to a new week. Okay, so I'm here to do your What's Cracking reading. Before I go any further, big thank you to everyone who's supporting me here. I had some beautiful messages on the weekend, um, and I really do enjoy reading your messages. Thank you. Few things. What do we do? We've got the Cancer reading today. If you're waiting for that reading, I'm going to try and do some extra things this week, but every time I seem to do them, everything gets quite busy, so I won't promise that. For those of you who are members, I'm going to put a video up for you today. I'm still trying to ensure that I have contact with all of you because I have given a couple of coaching appointments as requested by the members, but some of you haven't responded, so I'd like to make sure you've all got some sort of reward for the first 2 months of being a member. What else can I say? Be careful of scammers. Oh my goodness, they have been absolutely horrible this weekend. They are now on my Facebook stealing my pictures, offering readings under false names and things like that. Please be careful. I watch so many people get sucked in. This morning I saw people say, yeah, sure, PM me. It's not me. It is not me, and I would not chase you for a reading. If I make a comment, it will be about your comment. That's it. So please be careful with that. If you do want a personal reading with me, then you would need to email me at theaussiegoddess@gmail.com. The Aussie Goddess is all one word. There are no numbers. It is spelt correctly. So please double check. I feel really horrible that so many people get pulled in. I mean, not just there, everything around the world at the moment is just becoming ridiculous. I've heard of people who are incredibly intelligent being pulled into scams. Don't get pulled into scams. If you're unsure, contact whoever it is that is supposed to be providing that service. Okay. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. I think I'm good. All right, let's get into it. We've given the cards enough of a shuffle. Handsome Robert's deck here today. The weather's really picking up here. It's beautiful. Look, it's sun shining and I pull the sun. It's just beautiful weather. It's been so cold for so long. I'm so happy to see summer. So we have the sun coming out. For me, the sun is the most beautiful card in the deck. It doesn't matter what cards are around it. It will always null and void any energy of negativity when it's in a reading for you. It sort of points to things becoming more open, enlightened, life becoming easier to see. It also sort of brings up those ideas of feeling childlike, brand new beginnings. And I think that when you look at the card, you can see how much joy there is in the card just looking at like that. So it's starting off your reading today. All right, we have a Queen of Swords behind that. So this makes me feel it could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius you're dealing with. Someone who's in that more feminine energy. But I feel like somehow or another this is the person or the people I'm talking to. I feel like you've achieved something. You've either achieved a conversation, you've achieved some clarity on something, especially with this card. Sometimes when I see the Queen of Swords, I think either you've spoken your truth to someone, feeling at least pretty comfortable, or feeling like you've been able to finish something, have a new beginning. But I also feel with this card that there's this sense of, because the Queen of Swords is sort of like got the sword up. It's like she's going into battle. So something that you are setting out to do, you're having a great achievement with. And if I'm talking to any of you who've started a new business, who are intending to move in a certain direction, for me, this is the card that says you are really aligning with your soul purpose. This is, for me, that soul contract that you made before you were born, to guide you in the direction you want to go in. Beautiful energy coming through. There seems to be some sort of ending to negativity. I love this. And some sort of, I almost want to say it's a decision, it's a stalemate. But when I look at the other cards there, and you've got the Queen of Pentacles at the end, it's like you've completed something, you're restarting, or you're starting something, but this time you're doing it in a different way because you have that sword, you have clarity, you have self-expression, you are feeling powerful, and that either means that you've closed something off and you're starting some new beginning, or that you've had some sort of epiphany, wake up call, some sort of idea that's heading you off in a new direction. Beautiful energy for your reading today. All right, so we have the Seven of Pentacles. Wow, with the Hierophant. Hey, and the Empress. What is happening? The Knight of Pentacles. So whatever this is, it's like you've set something in process or in some sort of motion some time ago. So this isn't something that's just popped out of the blue. It looks like you've started something, you've created something, you've thought about something a long time ago. Let's say you thought of an idea for a business, you know, a couple of years ago, maybe it didn't take off, and now all of a sudden you've had either some sort of epiphany. You might have had, like I always call those dreams, those sort of lucid dreams that come in, you know, when you're halfway between sleep and wake, where you get a lot of messages. I feel like for some of you, this is really putting you in good stead for the future. So if it is a business, it's going to create something for you in the future that's going to really push things forward. You have the Empress coming through here with the Knight of Pentacles. So there's almost like this energy of something simmering or on the boil for some time, and now you've gone, hang on a moment, if I do it this way, I've got it. Really beautiful energy, especially with the Empress there. So we have a lot of Knights, so there seems to be a lot of communication on this as well. Eight of Wands. Okay, Nine of Swords. I feel like you've ironed something out from the past. Look at that Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Wands at the end. I love that. Beautiful energy. So it's like there's a lot of communication going on here. So it could be in regards to a business. It could be that you've finally secured a job in an area you want to go into that you've been trying a really long time to get into. What it also makes me feel is that you could have been trying out for something on many occasions, but that didn't work. And now you've gone along and you've done something completely differently, and you've been recognized. So it could be something like an acting career or a singing career where you've been trying for a really long time and you just couldn't hit the mark, and all of a sudden you've gone bang and you've gone in there. I got to say, this to me, the Temperance with the Wheel of Fortune, makes me feel like the time is right. You're ready to step into yourself now. You're ready to step into your truth. If this is not about those things for you, is it possible that you have finally started to realize who you are, or started to awaken to your own truth? Because sometimes we can do a lot of work on ourselves, and it takes a lot of while to undo, takes a long time to undo what we've already done. And people will often say to me, this healing thing that we do, you know, it takes so long. Well, you know, if you're 30, 40 years old and you start a healing process, you've already been through 30 to 40 years of doing it that way. So there is something here that you are doing completely differently that's going to sort of almost buoy you up for the rest of your life, like really put some firm foundations in place. I have to say, I feel like there may be somebody here who's either trying for a baby, and maybe has been trying in the past and hasn't been able to fall pregnant, and it's like finally it's happened. And there could have been some sort of intervention. But there's a lot of communication going on here between you and another person or people, or a body. The other thing that comes to mind is maybe it is a financial sort of kick up, a financial gift. But it feels like somehow or another, maybe you've been trying to do something for a while and you haven't had the finances, and somebody's walked in and gone, wow, I really love your idea. Here you go. Here's money to get started. But whatever it is, you know, the universe is saying to me, it's time, and you're really standing in your own power now. What a beautiful reading. All right, let's have a look and see what the mini read said. So we've got the sun coming, which is a really, really good omen for you if you're starting something new. I feel like somehow or another you've stepped into your power. That's it. You stepped into your power. You have the answer you wanted. You might have the money you wanted, but you have clarity and you are beautifully aligning with your soul purpose. There is an ending to something that's happened before and a decision to move forward here. But you're taking up the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, which means that you are totally and utterly grounded. You've finally understood what's going on or what's been happening. I feel like you've re-engaged with yourself or understood why you're here. Maybe for some of you, you've realized your life path or what you're meant to be doing. You know, a lot of people say to me, you know, I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. And I feel like it's a thing where sometimes we're so focused on what we are meant to be doing that we really can't sort of work it out. You know, sometimes we get sort of much older and we're sort of floundering, saying, what am I supposed to be doing in this lifetime? I say to people, don't worry. You know, you can try and scout around with that. You know, if I was coaching you, I'd be saying to you, write down everything that you're really good at and everything that you don't like doing, to get yourself some sort of ideas on the direction you want to go in. But the best answers you'll get are through meditation. And it's really funny because life seems to block you if you try going in the wrong direction. So if you feel like you keep hitting brick walls, it might be because you haven't quite got that answer yet. There it is. Fire magic. Not quite sure what that one's all about, but let's have a look. Fire magic. 63. Oh, it's 9, 6 and 3. Who hasn't been enchanted by the soft glow of candlelight or the cheerful dancing flames of a bonfire? Fire magic is all around us and perhaps the easiest to integrate into our daily lives with a touch of kitchen witchery. The element of fire is all about creativity and passion and energy, but just like fire itself, too much of any of these things can burn us up or burn us out. On the other hand, if you're feeling as though your own internal flames are burning low, perhaps you need to add a little fire magic into your life. So that's really, this call has an obvious message, time to connect with the magical aspects of fire. I feel like somehow or another this is about spicing things up. It's about looking to see where your heat and passion lie. You know, sometimes when we're trying to find out what we're passionate about may not be enough for us to make money, or it may not be that we can make, you know, roll over instant money for things. But often if you have a look at what you like to do, there are ways to make that work for you at a different level. What I'm trying to say is, you know, if it's something like you love painting, but your painting may not be recognized as valuable to start off with, then maybe there's some other way that you can find value in that. Because I think a lot of the time we'll go, oh, we can't make a living out of that, so therefore we'll go in this direction, and you leave a passion behind. But maybe you haven't looked at perhaps creating book covers for people or album covers. Perhaps you haven't looked at, you know, decorating or, you know, doing greeting cards, for example. So I think that sometimes we keep ourselves so narrowly focused on what we can do for a living and sort of make something for ourselves, but we don't really look outside the square. So those are the sort of things I'd say to people, meditate on, because you'll get your ideas about what you want to do. And sometimes we can just find pleasure in what we want to do, but not use that for a living, but yet it will become a living for you. You know, you hear people all the time with, you know, I'm always fascinated by people who are actors and really popular actors, but actually wanted a music career, and have so much trouble getting the music career off the ground because they've become so consumed with the acting that perhaps the music just doesn't have, they don't have enough time for the music anymore. So I see people do that, and I also see people sort of pick one career but then find themselves traveling in a completely different direction because of that. Um, like they might, I'm trying to think of an example. They might start off working in a kindergarten, and they're working in a kindergarten, and then one day they have a really good idea for a book for children, and all of a sudden that takes off. And you might not want to go back to working in the kindergarten anymore, but maybe that was a way for you to see your life path. But anyway, hopefully that sort of resonated for you. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.